right, welcome to Ask the Doctor. One of the questions I think that has come up is, how do I deal with this pandemic? How could I learn about this thing? Where do I get the information from? Now, one of the things that bothers me as I watch the news, having news reporters talk about science is a disaster. Having politicians talk about science is a disaster. If you watch a politician speak and then the scientist comes up behind him, a doctor or a virologist or epidemiologist, you'll see the difference, okay? Science cannot be simplified easily. It can be simplified by a scientist sometimes, but one of the biggest things I recommend is that you start at the beginning and you study what a virus is. Understand where they are. We made a video recently about this, but start with Wikipedia for God's sakes and ask what a virus is. Understand the basic premise of how these things work so you can get a handle on what this is relative to what we deal with every single day. We deal with viruses, thousands of them every single day in our body. There's millions of them in the ocean. When you go swimming, you're covered in them. They affect every single living organism on Earth, negatively and positively. So do your own research. I think the internet's fantastic for this. Look at who's talking. Make sure this is somebody from, I listened to someone earlier from Columbia University who teaches virology. Fantastic. It was an hour lecture. It was absolutely fascinating. He's not caught up in politics. He's not caught up in funding. He's not caught up in anything. He's caught up in viruses. And that's what you want to know. And once you get a handle on what that is, then you might have to do some studying about how your immune system works. Read that as well. But the news is going to give you bizarre information and talk about things. And if you look at how this virus moves relative to the standard common flu we get, it's different. It's not horrifying. There are way worse things that could be happening right now than this viral infection, just as far as viruses go. The mutation that this virus has, its ability to be contagious, is kind of a small potato relative to what could mutate. There are many viruses that can mutate and cause complete mayhem. But understand where we're at. Look at who's talking. Go into and look at the credentials of the people that are talking about the virus and its effects, and or the immune system when you study that. Between understanding your immune system, which no one really knows that I talk to except for fellow doctors, and understanding how viruses work, you're going to get a handle on this thing. You'll feel a lot better about it because you realize how strong your body actually is, especially if you give it a chance by being healthy. Doing healthy things. It's your only really great defense. Being clean and making your body healthy. Those are the key facts. So do your own self-study. I think that's the best thing to do. Turn the news off or check it once in a while and then get into studying it yourself. That's what I do. I go to sources that are valuable. I don't listen to people who I know are just reading scripts off of teleprompters and have no idea what they're actually talking about. Thank you.